What is going on, guys? XpertFusion here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my Season 9 death predictions for The Walking Dead. I do this every single season, where I go through every single character and say whether or not I think they're going to live or die in that particular season. So, I'm going to give them a check mark or an X, depending on whether or not I think they're safe or dead in this season, not, in Season 10 or past, just for this season itself. This one's a little bit special because we know we're going to get the heads on a spike episode or whatever that's going to be, if comic book readers know what I'm talking about. And I believe there's probably going to be 10 to 14 characters who are going to get that death. So if I believe that character is going to get that death, I will put a little image of a head on a spike, just to signify that I think that they're going to get that particular death, just to let you know. But we're going to go through every single character that we know of that has a name. If they're not a named character, I'm not gonna care about them. But we're also gonna go through some characters who aren't that popular, maybe you haven't even heard of before, because there's tons and tons of characters in the cast right now. Some of them have probably had one line between the entirety of the past whatever seasons that they were in. So I'm just gonna do every single character just because that's how I like doing this. But in terms of the new characters, I will be doing new characters that we know of. So of course, like Magna's group, I'm going to be doing all of them. Maybe I'm going to be doing Alpha as well, a couple others, just ones that were already casted and we've already seen something of. We haven't seen anything of Alpha, but you get the idea. We at least know that they're going to be in the season, and I thought I would do death predictions for the new characters as well. So let's get into this. So we're starting off with your boy Rick Grimes, and this is really strange to me because every season we always start off with Rick as our death predictions, and every time we have Rick, I go through it within 1 second. I'm like, oh, Rick is safe, easy peasy. This is the only season where I'm like, he could be dead. Now this is why I'm going to put an I don't know. This is going to be kind of a new category that I'm going to put in for some of the characters, only for 2 of them. But Rick, I don't know. I can't say whether I think he's going to be alive or dead because honestly, how it seems from spoilers, from interviews, it seems like he's just gonna leave the show. His character's just gonna be gone. Whether or not he comes back is, unknown. But I mean, I don't think Rick's gonna die, but I don't think Annie's gonna stay. So it's an I don't know sort of a situation. I think he's gonna be gone, but I don't think he's gonna die. You know what I mean? So that's interesting to say. Next up, we have Judith. She's an easy safe. That one's an easy one. Let's be real here. I think Judith is going to go for many seasons. I think she's going to be probably the last person standing towards the end of the series. I really hope it is that way, to be honest. And that'd be really exciting to think of. Michonne, safe as well. There were some hints or rumors of Denai Guerrero wanting to leave, but that's not happening anymore. I think Michonne is also safe till possibly the end of the series. Eugene's interesting because I predicted his death last season, actually. I thought his character was going just completely evil, but I think he redeemed himself, so honestly I think he's going to be safe this season. Next up, we have Rosita, who I think is pretty safe in my opinion. I mean, she is worrisome because, the whole head on the spike thing, which happened in the comics, that's how she died, but I don't think they're going to give her the same death because Rosita, first of all, if Rick and Maggie are leaving this season, they're not going to kill off a lot more major characters. We've already lost a lot of major characters as of recently. And Rosita, I would consider a major character now. She was from season 4, so that's pretty long ago. I consider her an OG. I consider anyone before season 5 to be an OG. So anyone who came starting with Father Gabriel and behind, I think is considered an OG. I think Father Gabriel is considered the oldest OG out of all of them, or I guess the newest, not the oldest, but you know what I mean, the newest to us at least. And so I think Rosita is safe. I think she's going to go on for a couple more seasons. Father Gabriel, I think, is safe, which is surprising because I thought he was going to be dead last season, but now, honestly, I think he's going to live, and I was like, okay, he has this eye problem. There's no way they're going to keep him alive with this eye problem that's just going to get in the way of so many things. But now he's got a glass eye, and I think his other eye's fine, right? So I think he'll live. And they need a lot more characters to be used for deaths during the Whisper War in Season 10. So I think a lot of these characters might be dying in season 10, like possibly Father Gabriel might get a similar comic book death to that he got in the comics. Possibly Eugene or Rosita might be getting killed during the Whisper War. I think they need to save characters for that war to die. Next up, we have Aaron. I think he's very much safe. Aaron has a pretty interesting comic book character who lives for a while, so I think Aaron's surviving for a long time. I mean, they just killed off his boyfriend last season to develop his character, so there's no way they're going to kill off Aaron now. He's got a lot more story to go for, which is great, because I'm excited to see him do it, because he looks pretty awesome this season. He's got a nice beard and everything. Next we have Scott. A lot of people don't know who Scott is. He's the black dude. He was in season 6, episode 3. He was chilling with Michonne, Heath, and all of them, and Glenn and Nicholas on that run. That's like the only episode that he actually kind of shined in a little bit. He was actually kind of part of the episode. He actually seemed to be like an actual character. But after that, we never seen Scott again. I mean, he's just been kind of there, you know. He was in season 8. I thought he was for sure going to die during the whole all-out war, but he didn't. So I think he's going to die this season and get the spiked head death, one of the spiked head deaths out of like 12 or 13 that I think we'll get. So, yep, Scott, you're dead this season, I gotta say. And next we have Jadis/Anne. I'm just gonna call her Anne because that's her real name, but I think she's safe. I think she's the last member of her junkyard group, and she's a lot of connections with the helicopter and all that, and that might have connections to Commonwealth later on in later seasons. So I think she's definitely safe for this season. And last for the Alexandria, because I'm going by community. So this was Alexandria community, and I'm going to go down. Obviously, I don't know exactly what characters are part of what community now. They might be different communities. This is just where I would put them, where I think they would be, you know what I mean? Where I, connect the character to, or where I've seen them the most throughout the seasons. That's just kind of how I'm ordering this. But last for Alexandria would be Negan. I believe he is safe. 100% safe. Negan is going to go on for a long time, and I'm excited to see Negan. One of my most excited sort of characters to see them develop over the next few seasons. And next we got the Hilltop. So we got Maggie. I'm going to put the same thing I did for Rick. I don't know. She could be living, she could be dying, she could be leaving, she could be coming back. I don't know, and I don't want to say either way. So I'm just going to leave it like that. Then we have Daryl. Daryl is safe 100%. If Rick leaves, Daryl is going to stay forever, for sure. I'm sure. Normally Reedus really doesn't want to leave. Norman Reedus has said that many times, and AMC knows. The writers know that he's one of the most. He brings in a lot of viewers. As of lately, he's been kind of hated on by a lot of people, though. That's the thing. But he still is one of the most loved characters. So I 100% believe that Daryl is going to be around for a long time, along with Michonne and Judith and stuff like that. Next up, we have Jesus. I think Jesus is safe. I think he's got a lot more character development to go for. We haven't really had much of him last season. I think they're going to start giving him a lot more screen time this season. Next up, we have Enid. I think Enid is 100% safe. I think she is, kind of going to take a lot of comic Carl's arcs. I hope they just make her a complete badass. I hope in the Whisperer War, just like what, Carl, how badass Carl was during the Whisperer War in the comics, I hope they give that to Enid and they just make her like a complete badass. That would be awesome to see. Next, we have Gregory. Gregory, you are a dead man, and you're not going to get the spiked head death. You're just going to get a normal death. I do believe he's going to get his exact comic book death. We do see him in the trailer attacking Maggie. I think he's going to try to kill Maggie, and Maggie's going to get pissed, and then have his public hanging execution like they did in the comics. So, Gregory, you're dead. You're dead. Next, we have Cal, the Asian dude. I believe he's 100% dead. He's going to get the spiked head death, one of the spiked head deaths. And next we have Eduardo. I think Eduardo is safe. Surprisingly, we haven't really seen much of Eduardo, but for some odd reason, I feel like we're just gonna get to see him a lot more, and possibly not become like a series regular or anything like that, but maybe become more of a side character than he was before. Next we have Birdie. Birdie, a lot of people don't know who the hell she is. I don't really blame you. It's not really a major character. Honestly, it took me a while to figure out who her name was. She had like maybe one line throughout the entire series. But she is that black lady who is a part of the Hilltop community who had talked to Maggie a few times. We saw her in the first Hilltop episode in season 6 a little bit. And, she's probably going to get the spiked head death. So I'm going to put her at that. Next up, we have Alden, who is basically comic Dante. Basically, we could pretty much rule that out, But I believe he is safe. I believe he's going to have a lot of comic Dante's type arcs throughout the rest of the series. Or probably maybe die, I don't know, Whisper of War or after that. Depends. Next, we have Baby Herschel. Baby Herschel is safe for a long time. I do believe, there's going to be this big major time skip and like 5 episodes in season 9, because apparently that's kind of the idea they're going for. So we're going to see a much older Baby Herschel. And that kind of segues into Gracie, who a lot of people forget about Gracie. We're going to see her probably grow up as well. So I think she is 100% safe, because I don't think they're going to kill off that many babies. Let's be real here. Next, we got the Kingdom. We have Ezekiel. I think Ezekiel's safe. I think, he's one of the last members of the Kingdom, So I think, and although it doesn't seem like we're going to have a Kingdom, because we haven't seen anything of the Kingdom. Let's be real here. There was absolutely nothing of the Kingdom in Season 9. So I think they just maybe forgot about the Kingdom, and they decided to go along with different communities and just live with them. Maybe Carol and Ezekiel are now at Alexandria or something. I don't know. But, that's going to be interesting to see. I don't know why they did that. I don't know if it's a story reason or like a real life reason. Maybe they couldn't use the set anymore. I don't know. Because in the comics, the Kingdom's still around. But, obviously, it's not around in the trailer, at least. So, that'll be interesting to see. Maybe Ezekiel go back to the Kingdom or something and, like, look at it and, like, kind of relive his past. And, I don't know. That'd be interesting. But, I think Ezekiel's safe. I don't think he's going to get his comic death. I think he's going to be a different character than he was in the comics. Especially because he has this relationship with Carol, who I think is also safe, surprisingly. I always predicted Carol was going to get her comic book. Not her comic book, one of the spiked head deaths. I thought she was going to be the main character to get the spiked head death, because there's always that one main character to get it. Thought it was going to be her for a little bit, like past seasons, but if Rick and Maggie are actually leaving, they're going to need more OG characters around, so I think Carol is safe. Next, we have Henry, who I think is going to be safe as well, because if they do this, 5 whatever year time skip that it seems like they're going to do, I think Henry is going to live, and they're going to cast a new. I think they already are casting a new actor for him, and he's actually going to have some important arcs, possibly comic Carl arcs, instead of Enid. I don't know. Maybe Enid will get them. I still think Enid might get some of them, and Henry will get some of the other ones. Nabilia, I think she's going to get the spiked head death for sure. Sad to say, she's getting this relationship with Jerry, so. It's got to happen, right? It's going to happen. Jerry, I think, is safe, though, because if you're going to kill off one of them, it's going to be Nabilia. I don't think they'll kill off Jerry. I think Jerry's like the comic relief character, so they'll keep him around for sure. And last for the Kingdom, we have Diana. Diana, I did not see one thing of her in the trailer, so I don't even know if she's going to come back or not, or if like she got an off-screen death or something, or if we just didn't see her and she is going to be a part of the season in some way, shape, or form. Either way, I think if she is in it, I think she's going to be dead, and she's going to get this spiked head death. Next, we got Sanctuary characters. So we have Dwight, who obviously is not a part of the Sanctuary. He ran off, but I do think he'll come back. I think he's safe. I think he'll definitely be a part of the season. It's just not, right away. Sherry, I don't know. I'm going to put an I don't know for Sherry as well, because I don't even know if she's going to come back. If she does, I'm just going to say I don't know. If she comes back, I think she'll be safe. But if she doesn't, then, she doesn't come back. Laura, I think, is safe. I think Laura has more story to go for her. Arat, I think, is dead. I don't think she's going to get a spiked head death. I think she's going to get a more of an instant death. I don't know what kind of death she'll get, but I think Arat will probably die this season in some way, shape, or form. Mark, I think, is going to get the spiked head death. Amber, safe. Frankie, who a lot of people don't know who Frankie is, but Frankie is one of the wives that we're talking with Eugene. I think she's dead. She's going to get the spiked head death. Next, we have Tanya, one of the other wives that was talking to Eugene, and we all know, I mentioned Amber before. Amber was also one of the other wives, but Tanya is also another wife. I think she's actually going to be safe. I actually think she might have some importance somewhere down the line. I don't know. I don't think she's going to die. Oceanside, we got Tara. I'm putting her with Oceanside because, I don't know, I feel like she might be part of that community. I don't know. But Tara, I mean, I took a while to think about this one, and honestly, I think she is dead. I think she will be the major character to get the spiked head death. I think she's going to be the big shock one. You know, the rest of the characters that get it are all side characters, right? Tara's going to be the big one. She's going to be like the Ezekiel sort of a death, you know, where it's like, holy shit sort of a thing, right? And so I think she's going to get the spiked head death. It's going to be sad, but if that's the case, it's going to be crazy. She is an OG, so, you know, it is something like I think about for a while. I'm like, are they really going to kill off another OG? But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like it's going to happen. Next, we have Sadiq. I think Sadiq is safe for sure. He's one of the only doctors that they have, so I'm sure he's going to be safe. I mean, Carl died for him. Let's be real here. He's obviously going to live. Sydney, I think, is safe. She's spending a lot more time with the group. I think she's going to slowly become a series regular as time goes on, so I think she's safe. Beatrice, dead. She's going to spiked head death. Kathy, dead, spiked head death. And Rachel, I think, is safe. Rachel is one of the little girls in the Oceanside community. Decided to put her on because we know her of a character. And I didn't see her in the trailer. I didn't see a lot of Oceanside people in the trailer, but I still, if she comes back, I think she'll be safe. Next, we have Magna's group. Obviously, a bunch of new characters. Magna, safe, easily. She's got a lot more stuff to go for. Yumiko, safe. Luke, I think, is dead. I think he's going to get a spiked head death. Connie, I think, is going to be safe. She's the deaf character, the new deaf actress who is also, they made the character deaf. But then her sister Kelly, I think, is dead, and she's going to get the spiked head death in season 9. A lot of the deaths that I say are all, you know, spiked or all for the spiked head deaths, because that's like the main sort of a thing that happens within the season. So next we have Alpha, which I'm just going to say Alpha. I'm not going to say Beta, Lydia, because I have no idea if Beta and Lydia are even going to be in this season or if Lydia is even going to be a character. But for Alpha, I think she is safe. I don't think she's going to die right away. I think she'll be dying in season 10. And this one, I have some extras. I don't really know where to put these characters, just like I didn't really know where to put Sherry. But we got Morgan, Heath, Georgie, Hilda, and Mitch. Now, the reason why I'm putting these characters here because I have no idea if they're going to return. Morgan is on Fear the Walking Dead, obviously. Is he going to return later down the line? I don't know. I think he's going to return eventually, just not now. Maybe season 10, maybe 11. I don't know. Heath, no idea about Heath. Absolutely zero idea. And Georgie, Hilda, and Mitch, I don't think they're going to come back to like late season 9 or season 10. And if they do, I think they'll be safe. Though they're not going to die this season. So that is that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.